Hello everyone, welcome back. So let's start to work on the storefront part. And let's go to our folder in the terminal. And as you can see, we now have three folders: admin portal, bookstore, Angular, which is the backend services, and we have a storefront folder that we created previously. Okay. And we have the basic structure created from Angular CLI. And in case you don't have that created already, you can simply just do ng new storefront, add the source, code level. Sorry, not this one. Let's see. Yeah, that's right, at this level. So basically, if you don't have this folder created, you just do ng new storefront, and it's gonna take several minutes to create that, depending on your network speed and hardware performance. And after you have created this folder, we're gonna add some dependencies, and we're planning to use for the front-end framework, the CSS framework, we're gonna use Angular 2 material plus the Bootstrap CSS part. The JavaScript part for Bootstrap, or in case you don't know, if you go to Bootstrap and you're trying to get started, there'll be the CSS part, and then there'll be the JavaScript part. And basically, Bootstrap leverages the jQuery plugin to implement some of these JavaScript functionalities, like this carousel. And this is a problem in Angular 2. There's some conflict that going on in Angular 2 that you cannot just include the jQuery library and then use it. So there's some workaround to do that. But the problem is, if you work around it, it's still difficult to get it working with with Bootstrap. So what we will be doing is simply just include the Bootstrap CSS, and we're gonna use CSS, components like forms, buttons, tables, and grid systems, etc. And we're gonna also use Angular 2 material like we did in admin portal. Okay. So first of all, let's go ahead and install the Angular 2 material part. We're gonna go to the Angular 2 material design, and we can simply run this command. Go to our storefront and install the Angular 2 material. So after we have finished installing, let's come back to the Angular material official website and click on get started. So besides the npm install, there are some other things we need to do. One is in the app.module.ts, we need to import that. So let's open our text editor to edit the current folder. We're gonna go to source app.module.ts to import the material module, and also we need to provide that in the imports, which is here. Okay, and then we need to install the theme as we have talked about. Okay, so basically we can just simply use this theme, and we're gonna add it in the style.css. And if you want to say change to another thing, because we have used this before, we can simply change to another thing. Okay, and then let's come back to the home page of Angular material, we need to install Hammer.js as well. So let's install the Hammer.js. Okay, after we have installed the Hammer.js, we can come to this page and add the import Hammer.js in the app.module.ts file. Okay, and next, if you want to use the icon, you can just simply include this in the index file. Just put it right here. Then the next thing is we need to install the Bootstrap npm. So the command is pretty straightforward. It's just npm install Bootstrap. So we can just do npm -- save to save the package dependency in package.json file. Bootstrap. Okay, and we have the install command. Alright, so that's finished. In order to add the CSS file, we can take a look, go to Node Modules and go to Bootstrap. What do we have in Bootstrap? This distribution folder, and then there is CSS, and there should be a bootstrap.min.css, this file. So basically we can go to style.css and we're gonna import node modules / bootstrap / distributions css bootstrap.min.css. Okay. And the next thing is, let's come back. We can install the font awesome as well. So let's do that. Font awesome. While it's installing, if you're not familiar with font awesome, so it's an icons library that is very popular. You can find tons of icons, right here. Things that you can think about or things you don't think about. It's just right here. And whatever you're interested, you can say. You can search for it. Say, I want to search for times. You'll find a bunch of times, icons. So it's pretty convenient to use. And once you have installed it from Awesome, we can import that as well. And this will be similar to the Bootstrap part. We're gonna do a node modules and font awesome css font awesome.min.css. Okay. Now that we have all this stuff imported, we can start to serve the storefront. Okay, we're gonna do our ng serve to let it run. Actually, let me break it. Control C to break the this command. We're gonna designate the port number 420 into it, because when we are running admin portal, we always run at 4200, right? So I just want to use a different port to avoid conflict. So it's building the modules now. So it's come back successfully, and if we come back, go to localhost 4201, we'll see this app works. And basically, we can open a new terminal, go to the source code, and go to source, go to app, and we can create a new folder, make dirt called components. And in this components, we're gonna create a new component called home. Okay. So now we have our home component developed. We're gonna start to route it to get displayed. All right. So let's come back to our app.component and app.module.ts. We're gonna import the routing part. And all this stuff is pretty much to what we have done in the admin portal. We just redo it so that we can get a memory refresh, okay? So we are importing this routing file, and this routing should be added to our imports. Okay. And we need to create a new file at the app level. And this new file will be app.routing.ts. If you don't want to type it, we can just copy and paste it from the previous one we have did. But let me just type it here. Modules providers from Angular core routes router and Angular router. Okay, let's set that, and we're gonna call it app.routing.ts. Okay, so here we're gonna import our home component. From components, home.components, and we define constant app routes equals to a array, and this array will define a bunch of routings. Okay, the first one would be a default, which is the root path. Path would be empty, and this would get redirected to home. Path match full. Okay. Then we need to have the home component, and the component would be home component. Okay. And lastly, we need to export this constant routing to be used, and this is the module with providers type equals to router module dot for root. Okay. And after that, we need to come to our app.component.html, add our router outlet. Okay. So I cannot find module app.routing. Let's go take a look. So this should be a previous because we have the routing here and we have the output file added. This should be previous error. Let's try to refresh the page. Okay, looks like still get error. Okay, this is app.module.ts line 6. Import routing from that app.routing. Let's try to stop this and restart it. Oops, it's already in use. So let's run 4201. Okay, this time it's looking fine. Okay, so just get redirected to homeworks. So that's looking good. Okay, in this case we have our project structure ready and we can start to add more components, and we're gonna do that in the next lesson. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.